All right, everybody. Welcome to my living room that has now been transformed into a yoga studio. Just kidding, not really. I just moved the coffee table, that's all. So I am going to attempt to lead you in a yoga stretch, which, first disclaimer, I am not a yoga instructor. Second disclaimer, I am not flexible. So this is going to be both hysterical for you and painful for me as you are watching this. So wish me luck. Follow along. Definitely do more than I do. I am doing the best I can, but I know most of you are more flexible than I am. So push yourself, do as much as you can, and don't hurt yourself. All right? Let's do it. I have no idea how long this is going to last, but we'll see. All right? All right. First one you're going to start out in is child's pose. So you're going to have your feet behind you on the ground. You are going to get on your knees and then just sit back on your heels as much as you can, and then drop your whole body to the ground out in front of you. Each one of these poses we're going to hold for 5 deep breaths. So 5 deep breaths, and then we'll move to the next one. All right? So try and reach your hands as far forward as you can. Feel the stretch in your back. Two more breaths. All right. And from here, we're going to go to everybody's favorite, downward dog, which I'm not good at, but put your hands like you're going to do a push-up under your shoulders, your feet get up onto your toes, and then you're going to push your hips back and try and make your arms and your legs go straight. So something like that. Oh. Okay, if you need to bend your knees like me, you can, but you want to ideally be straight leg all the way through. Okay, I cannot do that, so bend your knees if you need to. Try and put your chest all the way to your toes. And the further you can push your heels down, the better. Okay, from here, you're going to walk your feet up to your hands. Right? And I'm going to turn and face you. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're just going to slowly roll up. Let your arms roll back. Okay? Now we're going to go into what's called mountain pose. So you're going to stand feet just a couple inches apart, and then you are going to extend your arms upward and reach as high as you can. Okay, try and stay as straight up and down as possible. Close your eyes if you need to. Squeeze your stomach in. Try and pull your belly button to your spine. I heard somebody say that one time too. I think it sounds good. Okay, you should start to feel it a little bit in your back. Alright. From here, go ahead and bring those arms down. Loosen yourself up. Alright. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to walk out into a plank. So, you're facing forward here. Drop your arms down to your feet. And then you're going to walk yourself out into an upward plank. So, exhale, down. Walk out. Alright, and then Try and go as straight as possible. You want your spine to be in line with your hips. Okay? Straight as possible. You don't want to be up too high or down too low. We'll get there in a second. Deep breath. Okay? Next, what we're going to do is we're going to drop our thighs to the ground and walk our hands to our hips. Right? So, knees down, thighs, and walk your hands in just a little bit just to get into this cobra position. Point your toes. Okay? Thighs on the ground. Try and stretch back as much as you can. You should feel it all in your abs. 2 more breaths. All right. Okay, and from here, you go back up into a plank. Okay, if you want to give it a little downward dog, you can. All right, right here, and then we're going to start with our right leg first. All right, so that's going to be my back leg. So I'm going to step it through into a lunge, okay? Keeping my left leg straight, maybe a slight bend in my knee, okay? And now what I want to do is I want to try and push my hips through, push my hips down towards my up foot, all right? Towards my right foot. Okay, and from here, I believe this is called Warrior 1. If it's not, forgive me. Something close to it. Okay, I'm going to bring my back leg in just a little bit and give me more stability. All right, and I'm going to come up with arms straight up, facing forward. You should feel this in your front leg and your back leg. Okay, back leg as straight as possible, maybe a little bend in it. Okay, but this shin is straight, perpendicular with the ground. Arms up, try and reach. Two more breaths. Okay, now we're going to twist and we're going to go to Warrior 2. Okay, my back heel goes to the ground. This front leg still stays bent. Back leg is straight. Have my arms out sideways here. Okay, I'm starting to feel it a little bit in my hamstring and my quad. All right. Okay, if you can sink down further, go for it. I cannot. All right. Chest up. Don't be slouched over as you're doing this. Chest up, arms out. You should feel it in your shoulders. One more deep breath. Okay, now I'm going to take my front arm, my right arm, and it's going to go down to my heel. Right? And then my left arm is going to go up, making what's called a triangle. Okay? Here. And then I'm going to switch, and I'm going to bend my back leg, and I'm going to come up. This does not look great, and it is painful, but this is where you need to be. Your front leg should be straight. Again, mine is not. Okay? Make sure you're reaching up. I'm feeling it all in this right over here. Okay? I'm going to come back up to Warrior 2. Turn it to Warrior 1. Get a deep breath here. Hands down. to my lunge. Right, and then back to my plank. Whew. All right. Now we're gonna switch legs. Go left leg. I'm gonna go ahead and flip around for you, so I can still be facing you. So now you're gonna do it with your left leg. Okay. Take your left leg up to your hands. Back leg is straight, as much as possible. Maybe a little bend. Stay here for a couple breaths. Push those hips through. Okay, now we're going to go up into Warrior One. Okay, so sinking your hips back, you're going to bring your arms straight up. Okay, just like this. You should be feeling it in your legs now, all right? Now, arms straight up. Try and keep your chest up. Keep that front knee bent, back knee as straight as possible. Couple more breaths. Okay, from here we're going to Warrior Two. So go ahead and turn it. Right foot goes back down to the ground. Left leg stays bent. Turn it so you're sideways. Right, arms up. Keep your chest up. Good. My wife just gave me a thumbs up. I think that means I'm doing good. And a wink.
Love you, boo.
Love you too. Alright, a couple more breaths here. Okay, now my least favorite one is triangle. So I'm bringing my hand to the ground. I'm going to go ahead and straighten this leg right now. And I'm going to bring my hand to the ground. Alright. And arm up. Okay, again, I'm not good at this one. So if you need to bend a little bit, you can. Oh, wow. I'm catching a cramp. Alright, arm up. If you can look up, that's great. Okay, try and keep that front leg straight and that back leg straight. I know I said a little bend in the front and back. That's if you're not flexible like me. Alright, couple more breaths here. Some of you will be able to put your hand all the way to the ground. That's great. Okay, and come back up to Warrior Two. Whew. All right, and we're going to turn it to Warrior One. Down to a lunge. And into a plank. All right, go ahead and rest. Bring those knees to the ground. Okay? Next, we're going to go ahead and stand up and do what's called a tree pose. So go ahead and bring your feet in. Go ahead and roll up nice and slow. And shake it out. All right? Okay, now tree pose again. Bear with me on this. Tree pose, you're going to take your right leg first. Make sure your left leg is firmly planted. Spread your toes if you can. Take your right leg and you're going to walk it up to your thigh or just above your knee. Or you can keep it right at your knee if you're like me and you're not flexible. Okay, and then from here, you can go ahead and bring your arms up just like we were doing in the mountain pose. Okay, try and push your right knee back as you're doing this. So, right knee back and out to open up your hips, hands up. Okay? Okay, try and keep your chin up, head up, keep your spine and your back straight. Try not to slouch over as you're doing it. One more deep breath. Okay, go ahead and drop that down. And we're going to switch sides. Firmly plant your right foot. Go ahead and bring your left foot up. Arms up. Okay. Again, squeeze your abs. Suck your belly button to your spine. Okay. Make sure you're trying to push that knee out as you're doing that. Open up those hips. This is really good for your balance, obviously. Keep that breathing going. 2 more. All right, go ahead and drop it all down. Okay, down into the home stretch. So we're going to go ahead and take a seat. We're going to do a couple seated position, and then we'll move into some forward fold. So take a seat. Okay. Forward fold is just when you're down forward, when you're standing up and you go straight down. This is just like straight legs, reaching out as far as you can. What you're going to do now, though, is you're going to take your right leg and you're going to pull it in, tug it to your chest, and then we're going to twist it. All right. So from here, okay, bring your right leg in, bend it, go ahead and tug it to your chest, and then you're going to bring it over the other leg, like so, and then we're going to twist, okay? I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see it. So, my right leg's in, okay? And then now, I'm going to turn and put my left elbow on the outside of my right knee, and we're going to twist. Try and look backwards as much as you can, all right? Right hand goes behind you. Deep breaths. Find a spot at the back of the room. Try and gaze at that as you're breathing. I feel this one a lot, even in my upper back, but definitely my lower back and my glutes. All right. Okay. Come back to the front. Now you're going to just squeeze it as it's over your other leg. Squeeze it to your chest. Okay? Hold it for 5 deep breaths there. You should feel it all in your glute down here. Try and keep that chest up as you're doing it. I'm slouching over a little bit. Try and keep that chest up. Alright, good, and relax. Let that leg go forward. I'm going to switch sides so you guys can see it from the other side. Alright, first I'm going to bring that left leg in, squeeze it, and I'm going to bring it up over the right. Okay, and I can already tell this side is tighter than my other side. Alright, now I'm going to take my right elbow and put it on the left side of my left knee. And I'm going to twist back, try and find a spot in the back of the room and stay there. I feel this one definitely in my glute and my lower back. Good, make sure to breathe. Try and elongate that spine, keep your head up as much as possible. Good, 2 more breaths. Alright, come back forward. Keep that knee there. Go ahead and squeeze it in. Chest up, head up. Good. There you go. 2 more breaths. Alright. Okay, now we're going to get into some pigeon, which is also another favorite of mine. So, come around, you're going to get on all fours, tabletop, right here. Okay? And then we're going to come up into a plank, and then we're going to bring our right leg up first. Actually, let me switch this side so you guys can see the right first. Okay? So I'm here, coming up to a plank, and then I'm going to bring my right leg up where it's kind of at an angle, put it all the way to the ground, and then I'm going to drop my hips down as much as I can. Again, I'm not very flexible with this. Most of you can get your hips all the way to the ground. I can't. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of sit back on our hips and on that left leg to try and open up this right hip. Right? Okay? If you need to put something in front of you to kind of give you some elevation, you can. But try and sit down in that. Okay? Head up. Try not to roll onto your hip. Try and keep your hips straight up and down, or straight forward rather. Okay, now we're going to go, that's called a full pigeon. Now we're going to go into half pigeon. We're going to walk down to the ground, elbows on the ground, or if you can go all the way down, fully extended. Again, I cannot. Congrats to those who can. That's awesome. Okay, feel free to keep your head down on this one. This is really going to loosen up your glute and your hip. Alright, let's walk it back up. Okay, we're going to come up onto that back leg and then pull our leg back so that we are back in a plank. Okay, now we're going to do it with the left leg. Alright, we're pulling the left leg forward. Okay, here. And then you're going to just keep your arms planted on the ground and then sit back. I don't know if you've popped at all yet, but my hips just popped, so that's a good thing. Alright, head up, chest up. Try and really sit down into it. One more breath. Alright, now all the way down to half pigeon. Okay, again, if you can go all the way down, go for it. If you're like me, right here on your elbows is fine. Good. Make sure you're still breathing, taking those deep breaths. I'm feeling this one in my hamstring too. Just let me know that my hamstring's a little tight. Alright, one more deep breath. Alright, up on my right leg. Walk my hands up. Okay. Back into plank. And then go ahead and drop your legs down, get into tabletop. Alright, and we're going to finish with what's called a bridge. Kind of help loosen up our back a little bit. So you're going to flip around back onto your butt. Okay? And now what you're going to do, you're just going to lay back. Alright? Okay? And for this bridge, put your arms down to the side. Get your feet firmly planted, not too close to your butt, but not too far. Okay? So, right about this distance, foot from your butt. Okay? And then you're just going to bring your hips up to the sky as high as you can. Some of you can arch really well. Others of you can't. Just go as far as you can. Alright? And then you're going to hold it there for 5 deep breaths. We're going to do that a couple times. Okay? Ready? And this engages your backside, but it actually loosens up your front side. Good. Since we sit so much, our hips are so tight, this helps our glutes engage and our hamstrings and pulls away some of that tension from our hips and our hip flexor. Alright, relax. We'll do that one more time and then we'll finish up. Breathe. Alright, we'll go 4 breaths on this one. Ready? Go. Like I said before, you should feel it in your glutes and your hamstrings. My inner hamstrings are definitely feeling it. I feel my legs trying to shake a little bit. That's okay. Do the best you can. Try and continue to just push up. Alright, and relax. Okay? You should feel that in your hamstrings. That's totally fine. And last thing we'll do is just bring your knees in. And you're going to rock side to side or forward and back, whatever is comfortable for you. Just give yourself about 10 rocks any direction. Really kind of work out that back. Alright, and then if you want to just kind of stay here, take a nap, go for it. Alright, I might do that after. Okay, hope you guys are doing well. Leave comments if you have them. Hope that's helpful for you, especially as you've been sitting and doing work at your desk for so long. Hope that's helpful. Alright?